All right, 1.4, order of operation. Okay. You know, our acronym of please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I think it's called an acronym. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I was never real good at English, real good at math, but not real good at English, so sometimes I don't remember those little things. But please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, okay? That stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, and add or subtract. Now, one of the key terms here is the word or, okay? That doesn't mean that we do all multiplication and then do all division, okay? It means we do either or, depending on which one we get to first, okay? Another area where most people make a mistake is in this area here where it says always move left to right, okay? Once you have simplified one step of the expression, you always go back to the left and start reading left to right, okay? We don't go into the middle of a problem and go, oh, okay, I need to do this or I need to do that. We always go left to right. So, for example, if I have this problem right here, if I had 2 times 2 plus 2 divided by 2, okay? If I had that right there, what would I do first? Derek? Okay, we do multiplication, which is 2 times 2. So this would be first, because there are no parentheses, there aren't any exponents, so I have to do multiplication or division. So when I start from the left to the right, okay, when I start to the left, start on the left side, move to the right side, okay, we're going to run into 2 times 2 first. Well, 2 times 2 is 4. So then I have plus 2 divided by 2. Okay, so what do I do next after that? So I have 4 plus 2 divided by 2. Tristan? Correct. We divide 2 into 2, and so that's going to give us, hang on here, let me change colors. And change colors. Okay, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So now I have 4 plus 1. So if I have 4 plus 1, obviously I only have one operation left, and it's 4 plus 1, so that's what I have to do, 4 plus 1, which is 5. So my answer to this problem then is 5. All right? So we just went through the order of operation, okay? Wasn't real hard. Obviously, that's a fairly simplistic problem. Let's look at another example. Let me pull one out of the book here. Ones in the book are not necessarily real hard, but I'm going to take one of the harder ones so we can go ahead and get going in this stuff. 8 minus 2 parentheses squared plus 12 divided by 6. Okay? Do that one on your own in your notes. Okay? Do that one on your own in your notes, and let's see when everybody gets the answer. When you get the answer, go ahead and raise your hand. Okay? 8 minus 2 in parentheses raised to the second power plus 12 divided by 6. And if you're following along in your books, you can go ahead and open up your book to 1.4. That way you can see which problems we're doing, so you can make your little notes just so you know which problems we've done in class. Remember to raise your hand when you think you have the answer. Give you about another 10 seconds here. All right. If you're still working on it, still work on it. Annie, what'd you get? 38. That is correct. All right. Let's see how we got 38. Okay. What do I do first? Annie. Okay, we do the parentheses, which is what is in the parentheses. Right. We're going to do 8 minus 2. That's going to be first. 8 minus 2 gives us 6. Now, this is where most people struggle. Okay, a lot of you will, you want to write the least amount possible. Okay, well, when you're doing order of operation, you really can't do that. You really need to rewrite the whole problem. Okay, so if I rewrite the whole problem, what I have then is 6 raised to the second power plus 12 divided by 6. Now, what do I do next? Tristan? The exponent, which means I'm going to do what?
You're going to take the 6 from the 8 minus 6 and then add the exponent from the outside.
Okay. So we're going to do this right here. That right there is 6 times 6, which is 36, plus 12 divided by 6. Okay, now, at that point, we're going to do what? What's next? Joshua? Divide, and what are we going to divide? Okay, we're going to divide 12 and 6, which means we're taking, remember, once again, the second number is always on the outside of the bracket, so you're going 6 into 12. Okay, 6 into 12 goes how many times? 2 times, thank you. So now I have 36 plus 2. Okay, now it's fairly simplistic because all we have left is a plus sign. We just finish it out with 36 plus 2 would be what? 38. Okay? So fairly, as long as you follow your rules, I mean, that's why they're there. If we don't have the rules, for example, what if God had made the oceans before he made the earth? It wouldn't be very good, would it? There wouldn't be any place for the water. The water would just be, floating around in space. Okay? Or, better yet, what if he made all the animals before he made the earth? Okay, we'd all have cows and dinosaurs and everything else floating around in the air, and, eventually it'd have to go down to the earth. So, order is important. If we didn't have these rules, then if I gave you that problem, we'd probably come up with, close to 10 different answers if you didn't have the rules to tell you what order to do it in, okay? Obviously, when God created things, He created it in the correct order, okay? There's got to be order in things or you have chaos, okay? Let's look at one other example before we get on the boards. Let's see here. Let's do this one, the one with the variables in it. Let's do 4z to the third power minus y. Now, they have told us that, I'm going to go ahead and put all the letters down because we're going to do another one of these problems here in a second. X is equal to 3, y is equal to 6, and z is equal to 2. Okay? And they tell us, once again, they use that word, evaluate. Okay? And we remember that evaluate means to substitute in an expression and then simplify the expression. Okay? So we have to substitute and simplify. That's what evaluate means, to substitute and simplify. So our substitution here we take 4 times z, which is what? What? 2. So we're going to take 2 to the third power minus y, which is 6. Okay? Now, right here, that only the exponent of 3 only applies to the z. For it to apply to both of them, it would have to look like this. Okay, it would have to be 4z in parentheses and then a 3 exponent on the outside of the parentheses. Since it's not that way, then it only applies to the letter or number it is right next to. Okay, so what do I do first in this problem then? Tristan? Parentheses. And what is inside the parentheses is a exponent. So I got to do it first. So we're going to take and do the 2 to the third first. That gives me 4 times. What is 2 to the third? Derek? 8. So that gives me 4 times 8 minus 6. Now it becomes fairly simplistic. Okay, what is the next step? Amira? Yeah, we're going to take the multiplication. 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is what? Alyssa? 32. Good. 32, rewrite the problem. 32 minus 6. Obviously, only one thing left to do. We do the 32 minus 6, which is 26. Okay? At least it was, when you were in 2nd, 3rd grade. All right? So 26 is our answer. All right? Now, everybody get on the board. Okay, just turn around right there at your seat and get one of the markers. Should be enough markers for everybody. All right. Is there another one? Okay. All right, we're going to do problem number 21. Problem number 21 says 3 to the 4th power divided by 9 divided by 3. Not yet. All right. So when we do this first, the first thing we do, Derek, is what? Do the exponent. So 3 to the 4th power is the exponent. So when we have 3 to the 4th power, then we have 81. Okay? Divided by 9, divided by 3. Okay? Then what do we do? Nicole? 81 by 9? Yeah, 81 by 9. Good. And that's going to be what, Nicole? So we got that, and it becomes 9 divided by 3, which then 9 divided by 3 is what? 3. Okay? So that's how we got 3. All right, I want you to do number 25. Do number 25 on your own. Okay, 25 says x plus y over z. We're going to use the same values of the variables that we had a while ago. So they're in your book. Okay, right above number 25, they give you the values for those variables. And x was equal to 3, y was equal to 6, z was equal to 2. Okay, when we have the fraction bar is just a grouping symbol. Okay, all the bar says is to do either the top first and then the bottom, or the bottom first and then the top. Okay, so that's all the bar does. It's the fraction bar. They also call it a division bar, but it's a form of a grouping symbol. When you have grouping symbols, you have parentheses, you have brackets, and you have a division bar or fraction bar. Those are the 3 types of grouping symbols. So the only difference here is you just need to do simplify the top, then simplify the bottom, and then put the 2 together. You got to do whatever it says to do. Make sure you copied the problem correctly. Okay, it was x plus y over x. Okay, so if you copied it off the screen, I had x plus y over z. But it's x plus y over x. Okay, so what do you get on top? In other words, we have to do the top first, which means we have to do the 3 plus 6, which gives us what, Tristan? Gives us 9. So we have 9 on top and 3 on bottom. Nothing on bottom that we can simplify, so we're simply taking 3 into 9. Okay, and let's remember, the bottom number goes on the outside of our bracket, top number goes on the inside. That's, simple division. 3 into 9 goes how many times? 3 times. Okay? So, pretty simplistic. All right. Here's what we're going to do for homework. We have 1.4. 1.4, we're going to do 15 through 29. And then we're going to do 36 through 39. Okay, so that's like 19 problems. Still got quite a bit of time in class to get it done, so let's go ahead and start working on that. 15 through 29, 36 through 39. Remember, write the original problem and show all your work underneath the problem.